This was about fuck with this. I hope everybody can hear me. Hold up, let me get this other thing going. I can't share my screen with this one. That's the only thing I don't like. I cannot share my screen. This the mic. This the mic. I can barely hear it. Still not that loud. This the mic. Hold up. Let me do this here. If you're on Substack, please visit me at jalfaron.substack.com. That's interesting. Here we go. I hate that see the way that Substack do it is much better than the way that YouTube do it. YouTube make you fill out all this stuff so they can start, doing I don't know, man. Like with a title like that, I would think that more people would be in no matter what. Like if I'm a if the, even though this is my like I wouldn't say my first time doing, obviously not my first time. It ain't my whoop, whoop, whoop. It ain't my first time doing YouTube, but it is like the first time on this station, on this right doing it like this. So I would imagine, and let me do what I'm finna do. Hold on, let me do it. I'm finna start running my motherfucking mouth already. Hold on, man. Let's do it like this. All right. I didn't know you could record video. The thing is, I'm gonna start uploading. Like I'm gonna do this live tonight, but I thought I was gonna be able to do something different. I thought I was gonna be able to show my screen, blah 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 blah. But since I can't do it anyway, like this is cool. This is cool. I can do live, but we're not gonna keep doing this live shit. How this looking? I gotta get that shit together. I can do a lot more editing and shit like that. So we're gonna do that. Let's see something. Record. There's me on a Substack. See, I want to be able to show the screen. Like, y'all don't need to see all this shit here. You don't need all that. Y'all don't really need all that. And then I got to figure out. That's cool. That's cool. Like I'm imagine. I imagine. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be looking directly at y'all. I'm gonna be over here some motherfucking word. Like just certain shit I just don't need. I got the situation the way I wanted it, but it's unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. Plus, this ain't really like how I would want it any motherfucking way. And I'm still not sure how much you can hear me. Like, we'll see, man. We'll see. But I'm not liking it, and I don't think it's necessary. It's not helping anybody, especially when I could just record it and do some editing later. Anyway, that's what I want to do. What's up, everybody? This is J. Alfaron, creator of Owls Asylum and Black Media Trust. You are listening to Lowbrow, Highbrow. On Lowbrow, Highbrow, we like to take a lowbrow topic and apply it in a highbrow way, or take a highbrow topic and deal with it in a lowbrow way. I wanted to continue a conversation we were having the other day. Nipsey Hussle's former manager, I guess that's what Big U was. I don't want to keep calling him Big U like I know him. Like he might not like me. Like what if he don't like me and I'm calling him Big U and shit? Like I guess it's better than what I've heard him be called. So I guess that's that. Um, the the LA Times is kind of backtracking a little bit. The other article that the LA Times had, in my opinion, was a lot more forgiving, and it it colored him in a much better way. I wonder if I still got that. I wonder did I download that? I don't think so. And before I deal with this, I want to bring up so in the Green Jehudi, which is a book that I wrote, um I never got it printed. I sold it as an ebook. Um I'm going to re-release it, and I'm going to give the ebook away for free, man. At least this version, and everybody else can kind of like, if you would like to support, if you'd like to support, you can I'll give you a way to support me. Uh but in the Green Jehudi, I write in the foreword, any critique on the conditions that plague the black peoples found in the United States of America is difficult. The first thing we have to consider is oppressive psychology. What I mean is, how much of my love for black people is going into this critique? How much of my disdain for black people is going into this critique? What am I using to compare and contrast that message with? How objective should I be, knowing that what I write, and for that matter, what anybody writes for a public audience, will be a form of persuasion? How many of the theories used are developed from contexts that could be furthering the oppression of black people? How academic should I be in expression? What is academic? That's in quotes. And more importantly, who is academic? Um, I actually talk about Ruthless Records and Death Row a little bit later, which is interesting. I really did great with this book, man. I'm gonna expand on it. We're gonna put this back out there for y'all. I want to put that out there because I think it's important. It's part of what started the Black Media Trust as an idea in the beginning. It was kind of the foundation and partly part of the foundation. I did some writing and some research for Linda Holzman in her book, technically our book. Um, it's not near me. In and that kind of gave me the foundation for my critiques. And this is like basically I'm saying, man, like I'm not trying to be Charleston White. I'm not trying to put nobody under throw nobody under the bus or nothing like that. Um I'm not I'm not really being judgmental about it at all, man. I'm not really trying to form that type of I'm not trying to make a moral judgment about people, and I really don't want to hurt anybody. I want this to be from I'm coming at this with the best of intentions. Um and I'm constantly asking myself these questions. And I want that to be like the foundation of whatever it is I'm doing when I'm putting these little broadcasts, whether it's audio, whether it's on YouTube or whatever. Um but let's go ahead with this reading. This is another from another reading of the Los Angeles Times. Big U indicted. A Grammy winning producer witness, an NBA All Stars $3 million debt. A federal grand jury indictment returned this week against accused gang leader Eugene Big U Henley revealed new details about the reach of his alleged mafia-like organization and the celebrities who were entangled in it. I have to find the other one, guys. Hold up, man. I have got to find the other one. There's no way I am not going to be comparing and contrasting this. No possible way. It just would not be. Y'all are going to have to hold, man. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. The other article was just just ain't gonna let me do. Oh, he might. They're just so different, man. And I wonder, can I find it in my other recording? Because I talked about it in the other recording. I'm looking for it, man. I'm looking for it. And I just want to make sure, man, it's such a glaring difference. And this is how they do you, man. You know, they love you one minute, they hate you the next. And you gotta be careful. You gotta be kidding me. 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 I'm going to find it. Oh, hold on, I got history. I'm almost kind of glad y'all can't see my screen. Most of y'all ain't even gonna be seeing me on no damn YouTube anyway. At least I know what I'm looking for now. Yeah, I might have to start I might have everybody tell me you need to be doing outlines and stuff. I might have to start doing that. Was this last week I talked about this? Couldn't have been. This couldn't have been that long ago. Hold up, man. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I know I downloaded it. Hold up, man. Hold up. I know what to do. Let me go to my email. Hold up, y'all. I gotta go to my email real fast. Trump executive order targets Smithsonian. That is so ugly. That is so ugly. The Dems wasn't ready though, man. They wasn't ready for somebody to stand on something that they was talking about. Topic for another time. Topic for another time. Come on, LA Times, LA Times, LA Times. It was probably last week, huh? That's when I talked about that. Ooh, I'm tripping. I talked about that last week, huh? Sky Galloway. Wow. Yeah, I'm kind of glad. Kind of glad. What is this? It couldn't have been that long ago, man. Just feel like I just did that one. Where is that at, man? Let me see something. That's interesting, man. Huh, that's interesting. Hold up, let me it was a whole week ago that I talked about that, huh? Jesus, not that long ago. Wait, hold up. I'm trying to find out how I got to it. I could have sworn it was like I could have sworn the Los Angeles. I know they ain't take it away, man. Um, Let me see something. Let me see my history again. Yeah, I'm definitely doing I'm gonna have to stop doing like the lives and then just pressing this button. I'm gonna have to start actually planning this stuff out a little bit better because I don't really like this. It served its purpose. But and I really, really want this article, man. I want to read this next to it. Oh man. I'm gonna have to do something else. Hold on, let me see something. I'm gonna have to go to my other one here, and I gotta find it too. This me talking about Big Union. Here we go. LA Times. That right there is a lot different than accused gang leader Eugene Big U Henley. They changed. They dropped the other part of it. Hold on. I got to get this, man. I'm gonna have to go to LA Times. Let me see something. This it right here. LA Crip leader turned gang interventionist ran mafia like enterprise, feds allege. Eugene Big U Henley is a well known figure in the hip hop world and has been called rap's godfather by Wiz Khalifa. Federal authorities are now accusing Henley of murdering a young rapper in Las Vegas, among other variety of crimes. This they start off similarly. They both start off very similar. After you get past this lead, I want to read the lead again. A federal grand jury indictment returned this week against accused gang leader Eugene Big U Henley revealed new details about the reach of his alleged quote unquote mafia like organization and the celebrities who were entangled in it. That's the latest one, March 27th. This one is, oh, get up my way, man. This one from, oh man, are you serious? Hold up. I gotta do this again. Yeah, I gotta set this up, man. This ain't really my style. Like, I don't like it. I don't like doing this much. All right. This is how it sounds. This is how it sounded March 9th, 2025. March 19th, excuse me. Brittany Mejia, Mejia, Brittany, it ain't even got an A in it. It's Brit NY. Okay. Brittany and it's same chick. I don't mean to say that. Same woman. Brit NY Mejia. Brittany Mejia is the same person. She's the one. She's on this beat. This is her beat. LA gang niggas is her beat. Excuse my language. I'm trying to. Oh, we try to do different things now. But March 19th, 2025. Eugene Big U Henley, a Crips leader who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career and was dubbed rap's godfather, has been accused of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extortion, and fraud, federal authorities announced Wednesday. And then, 8 days later, a federal grand jury indictment returned this week against accused gang leader Eugene Big U Henley. That's different, man. That's the first. That's not a pull. That's not, those aren't pull quotes. It's not what do they call it? Too long didn't read. TLDR. It's not none of that. This is the first, this is the lead. It's the first paragraph. And then it goes on to say, this is March 27th. Henley, okay, now we're gonna say this, who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career. You got to say Nipsey Hussle because that's what white folks know. Excuse my language. Excuse me, but it's true. That's what white people know. Henley, who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career, you may know of Nipsey Hussle, was previously charged in a 107-page criminal complaint and eventually arrested last week. The 43-count indictment returned Wednesday. 43-count indictment. God damn, what the fuck? The 43-count indictment returned Wednesday means a grand jury believes there is enough evidence to charge Henley. The grand jury indicted Henley, 58, on charges including fraud, robbery, extortion, tax evasion, embezzlement of donations to his charity, which receives public money, and running. They had to mention that, is which receives public money, was almost parenthetical. She used the comma though. And running a racketeering conspiracy in which he allegedly murdered an aspiring rapper, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A. My God, that's a hell of a paragraph right there. Henley's attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Why did they have to put that on? He's fighting. God, they've turned on him. As the indictment alleges, Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise. Wow, this is a quote here. As the indictment alleges, Mr. Henley led a criminal enterprise whose conduct ranged from murder to sophisticated fraud. Sophisticated fraud, not just regular fraud, sophisticated. Sophisticated fraud. I am curious to know how one's fraud gets gets that particular qualifier. It's fraud that went to college. It got a Stanford degree. Ranged from murder to sophisticated fraud that included stealing from taxpayers and a charity, said acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally. Eradicating gangs and organized crime is the Department of Justice's top priority. Is that right? Eradicating, that needs to be somewhere highlighted, and we need to keep coming back to that every day. You got, things like pin it, tape that shit on a refrigerator. I want to read that again. According to acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally, eradicating gangs and organized crime is the Department of Justice's top priority. That's good to know, man. That's really good to know. Before turning himself in, Henley made videos denying the accusations against him, saying, "I ain't did nothing. I mean, hey, I ain't been nothing but a help to our community," Henley said on the videos. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you. I think it's important. I think it's important that people get your words right. So I guess a quote is apropos, right? But I do think that using vernacular and pulling this particular quote from his videos, like I find it interesting. You didn't describe the fact that he's with his family in the videos, I once again, I don't know Mr. Eugene Henley. Never had any dealings with the man. Uh, um, he ain't robbed me. Um, but as far as like my analysis, a media analysis, and I have, I'm qualified to give a media analysis. I have a degree in this shit, right? I have, my name, in this in that game in print. I'm stamped. I just think it's important to consider the framing of Mr. Eugene Henley, also known as Big U. I think there is a change of heart has occurred in the LA Times through Brittany Mejia, the staff writer. Through her framing is now different, and he's kind of being look at the language he's using and look at the way he talks. I ain't did nothing, and they let that hang. It's a hang quote, they called it in typography. You've just this the last and this this is all by design. Every word on the page is it's by choice. When you're laying things out, they could have hid that if they wanted to, or they could have put it with something else. They chose to make this the last thing that you see in that sentence. I ain't did nothing, and it does frame them a particular way. If you're reading this and you're a particular kind of reader, it's very jarring to read "I ain't did nothing" next to the rest of this, the embodying context, the rest of the article, right? But it is his quote. And I do think that they're, this the price of being black. I think it signals something. And I do think we are in a climate right now, LA or not LA. And there's a limit on, the progressiveness of liberals as far as race is concerned. There is a limit, man, on, especially in a place where like California, where everybody at the political, in more than just the political level. I mean, you got bodies in Beverly Hills, in a city where every group has had to vie against every other group. Every group has had to contest every other group for political resources and the like. Saying something like that, it signals something. But let me finish, man. In the indictment, prosecutors referenced those videos, calling them an attempt to poison the jury pool. They also accused Henley of fleeing from law enforcement and obstructing the investigation. According to the indictment, Henley's phones stopped reporting location data around 12:30 a.m. on March 19th. Hours March 9th. Okay, that's this year. Hours before law enforcement executed arrests tied to the case. Henley's phone stopped reporting location data. They had been on you like that. Like what does that what you mean? Like that's an interesting statement. Let me finish this, man. Hold on, let me finish. But hold on. That's an interesting statement to make. Your phone stopped snitching on you around this time. It had been telling on you. The question is, okay, how? How had it been telling? What are you watching? Um, Instagram, like what would you had to, you got to be watching me, you got to be watching something, or something wrong with that phone. um the phone stopped reporting location data. That's a hell of a statement. Like, what was what and where were you and your devices between, how were you, how did you know it stopped? Like, where were your devices in between, the phone and that which it was reporting to, so that you knew that it stopped reporting? um that's just an interesting statement, man. Henley's phone stopped reporting location data around 12:30 a.m. on March 19th. That's interesting, man. Anyway, man, before allegedly fleeing his home in South LA, authorities said Henley left a subpoena related to the investigation on a table near a hat for the Seattle Mariners, a sports team adopted by Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips members as a symbol of the gang. I I don't know, man. Like, I think we doing too much, man. I like, like, who told you that? Or like that's, it, that might be common knowledge in, like, on the streets of LA, but that's not, like, you don't need to even, I like they framing them a little bit too hard. I really want to read the other article. Hold up. I want to go back to the other article. Hold up. Cause they say that I ain't did nothing. Nah, hold up. This the same. Hold up. Even the way they say it, gang interventionist, I just feel it's different, man. Like, it's they've got it all here, but it is a very different feel on this one. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, in the other one, in the article from March 19, 2025, I just want to get a feel for this. Henley previously served 13 years in prison after trying to rob an undercover sheriff's deputy of 33 pounds of cocaine in 1991. His son is a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers. It's that kind of thing, man. Like, you look how they lead with this. I want to be careful about the word positive and negative, but let's just say, because I can't think of nothing else right now. Let's just say the term negative, or let's just say something that will taint or highly bias the reader's mind. You go from he previously served 13 years in prison for robbing, a cop, an undercover cop of 33 pounds. 33 pounds. I hit a nigga for 33 pounds. Jesus. 33 pounds. They was not no lightweight dude. 33 pounds. Anyway, man. And then they go to his son is a linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers. It's very random. His son is just it's as random as, the I ain't did nothing. And they do it in here too. I think it's very different though. They do quote the FBI and the state's attorney a lot. I forget that they went over a lot of this. Yeah, yeah, I might be wrong. Like, it's a lot, man. Yeah, I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong. It's not as bad. It's a lot more. I feel like it's a little bit more objective, but it is it's only toward the end that Skip Townsend, a gang interventionist who has his own nonprofit, Second Call, said developing options, which is Eugene Henley's organization, has done good work in the community. He questioned who would now keep peace in areas that they created peace in. I would like for all of us to trust in the process. And if they're in the middle of the process, let's not come to conclusion, Townsend said. I don't want to jump to conclusion when we don't have enough information. Ah, man. I think it's that part that made me feel like, the other March 19th article was a little bit better. It definitely frames it a little bit better, but not really enough. Now that I've reread it. See why rereading is a good thing. Anyway, I want to kind of get through this, man. I do think this too much though. You know, a subpoena related to the investigation on the table near a hat for the Seattle Mariners, a sports team adopted by Roland 60s neighborhood Crip members. Um, it's high crime drama. It's real crime ish. Uh Anyway, man. Federal authorities said Henley is an admitted member and original gangster, or OG of the Rolling 60s. More than a dozen alleged members or associates of the Rolling 60s Crips, including Henley, have been charged in the sprawling criminal case. More than a dozen, more than 12. So that means 13 when they say, and it might be a little bit more than a dozen, but usually when they say more, then they just mean one more. Um, the indictment further expanded on Henley's purported grip on LA and the alleged victims who were required to check in with Henley in order to obtain protection before arriving in the city. According to the indictment, Henley recorded video of a film crew in Hyde Park in about 2017 and said on the recording, anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. But if you don't check it in, we're going to check you in, all right? We're going to check in all your equipment. I've actually seen that. Yeah. That video has also made the rounds on social media in recent days. I do find it interesting. This is going to be a big case, man. This is going to be up there with the Young Thug case. I do find it interesting how after going through so many of these, people still haven't gotten hip to the fact that you are now your biggest witness, and your videos that you upload to the net, Instagram, blah blah blah, YouTube, blah blah blah. This is where they're going to get most of the information about you. They're using this to build cases. The FBI uses what you put online to build cases. I don't understand how people aren't getting that. After everybody's such a goddamn Wire fan, the Wire fan, I'm talking about the HBO show. Everybody's such a damn Wire fan. Everybody knows every damn episode and can quote the Wire from season 1 to the end of what is it? It's 6 seasons. Everybody can quote The Wire, and with the exception of season 2, only white people know season 2. I just don't understand it. Like the Wire really should have put everybody in position. This is it, man. You're going to use technology against you. Anything I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it, because this, like this word for word what he said in that video. The indictment also provided more information on the circumstances surrounding the Las Vegas murder of Rayshawn Williams, an aspiring rapper. Authorities have accused Henley of kidnapping and fatally shooting Williams in the face and leaving his body in the Las Vegas desert in 2021. They be holding on to them cases, man. They be holding on to them cases, man. That means it's like 3 or 4 years of evidence. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And whoever on the inside telling, and that be, I made a statement in the last audio recording that I did on the Substack. Where I was just saying, in some areas, specifically speaking of like LA, Los Angeles, places with heavy scale, heavy populations, very dense populations, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago. It's just certain things you can't do, man, because there's so many of y'all, and just by virtue of the scale, the amount of y'all in your area where you're involved at doing these things leads to heavy scrutiny, and and it's just things you can't do. And you have to imagine it with, you are associated with something that's 4,000 people deep, with at least 100 people incarcerated behind that movement. 100 people is a lot. That's a lot to be. That's a lot to be hoping don't nobody say nothing. 100 people, man. That's a lot of randomness, dog. That's a lot that could happen. Man, you waiting on, like, you depending on every, the more people involved, the more likelihood somebody's going to say something. Especially if they doing big time. And there's a lot of, and they keep saying Crip, 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 Crip. And I have a problem with that because LA Crips is not like, Crip L, even Crip LLC is, they're contesting. You got cast as you got factions of other Crips that's contesting the ownership of the sister. I forget her name that that registered the Crip LLC. Every Crip ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a specific group of people who say, okay, we have franchised the Crips. But the Crips is, many various factions. And even the 60s, it looks like, I want to be careful. I'm not no expert on nothing LA related, man. I don't want to be. I'm good. You feel free to check to correct me intellectually, or fact check me. But even it appears to me that even the Rolling 60s have various cliques within it, and various different players that had their own organization within the organization. And I have a problem. I get that Crip is a real high level, and even Rolling 60, but it's a whole lot that go with that, man. You trying to associate them people with something that it may not have been everybody. And I get that, she wants to sound in the know. Anyway, man. According to prosecutors, Henley had arranged for Williams to record music at a studio owned by a Grammy-winning producer in Las Vegas. That producer, identified as witness 2 in the criminal complaint, told authorities that Henley was using his studio for free based on the fear and power dynamic imposed over witness 2 by the Big U enterprise for years. In an affidavit filed with the complaint, Andrew Rosa, an affidavit filed by the complaint. A special agent with the FBI said that before Williams' death, the young rapper recorded a diss song that Rosa believed was about Henley. In addition, according to the indictment, Henley allegedly arranged for a co-conspirator to collect an illegal debt in November 2022 from a current NBA All-Star player who purportedly owed $3 million to a Big U enterprise associate. Henley, in multiple wiretap calls, allegedly recounted sending the co-conspirator to Minnesota to collect several $100,000 on behalf of someone he referred to as Jew Boy. Henley allegedly took a portion of the debt owed as a fee for collecting it. The indictment also included details from wiretap calls in which Henley allegedly said he was bigger than Nipsey Hussle and that he had disciplined Hussle before the rapper's murder in 2019. Ooh wee. Ooh, ooh wee. I think that's a really dangerous, because the other article made sure that's a big difference. That's a big difference because they talked about the In the other article, they talked about Hip Hop Undercover, the Hulu Disney documentary. And they don't mention Nipsey Hussle in that way. They don't mention Big U and they don't mention Henley and Nipsey Hussle, that fallout they had with his brother. Throughout, it's Eugene Big U Henley, a Crips leader who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career and was dubbed rap's godfather, has been accused of murder, kidnapping, robbery, extort, who helped launch Nipsey Hussle's career. Let's see what else is. I think that's interesting. But now he was bigger than Nipsey Hussle. I guess it's also more information, and I guess they gotta include it. I'm gonna have a hard time selling. They about to go. They immediately go as soon as I mention it. And Hip Hop Uncovered, a 6-part documentary series for which Henley was an executive producer. He put his own money up. He said Hussle made a diss song about him after the two had a falling out over music equipment. I ain't no rapper, I'm a scrapper, Henley said. On the show, Henley said he attempted to pick Hussle up to get disciplined, but that Hussle's brother intervened and wouldn't let him go. According to the complaint, LAPD reports documented that violence erupted, and when police officers arrived on the scene, a firearm was present and discharged. Henley said he and Hussle talked that night, and it was never nothing after that. And they tying it together. They trying to tie it together. That's So that's the thing about that is the thing about journalism at this level. This is not a blog, dog, and I hate to be like that, man. But the LA Times is really not supposed to be a blog. This is very blogish. LA Times is not supposed to be what is the boy name? Trap Lore Ross. It's not supposed to be what's old boy name over at No Jump? I can't think of dude's name. This ain't supposed to be that, man. But they running with it, man. This is definitely running with it. I don't care how they try to word it. This is, and all of these are all just sentences. These are not Henley said he and Hussle talked that night, and it was nothing after that. That's one sentence, and then with a bunch of space in between it. These are editorial choices, is what I'm trying to tell you. Visual editorial design. I've laid out a whole textbook before. I know what I'm talking about. In 2023, Eric Holder Jr. was sentenced to at least 6 years in prison for killing Hussle. Eric Holder Jr. ain't got nothing to do with nothing. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Here we go. Although, and that once again, it's an island. This is a visually, that sentence was an island. It was by itself. Even though it's related to the other sentence above it, they chose, and that's a rhythm they've created out of this. Oh God. Anyway, man, so it said, although social media posts have tried to blame Henley for Hussle's death, authorities have not linked him to the murder. Hip Hop Uncovered also referenced the conspiracy theories, which Henley called the dumbest shit in the world. Everybody don't think that. Apparently, those at the offices of LA Times they're hinting. They are definitely signaling to the rest of us who took media literacy classes that everybody don't think that. Anyway, man, on a wiretap call in January 2023, Henley confirmed that he wasn't feuding with Hussle. According to the indictment, he allegedly added that no one could beef with him because if they did, I'ma kill him, period. I am going to murder him. That's what's up. Henley is in federal custody and his arraignment is scheduled for April 8th. His detention hearing is scheduled for April 10. Also charged in the indictment are Sylvester Robinson, 59, aka Vay of Northridge, Mark Martin, 50, aka Bear Claw of Beverly Wood area of Los Angeles, Termaine Ashley Williams, 42, aka Loose Cannon, 42 years old, of Las Vegas. Loose Cannon from Las Vegas. Armani Affleje, 38, aka Manny of Koreatown neighborhood of Los Angeles. Frederick Blanton Jr., 43, of South Los Angeles. And Tiffany Shanrika Hines, 51, of Yorba Linda. If convicted on all counts, Henley would be in prison for life. The Crips then got old. Crips and Bloods are old. Crips and Bloods are old. It's interesting, man. Something else, because also in the other recording that I did, I also made mention that I thought the timing of all this was interesting. And like I said, I'll say correlation, not causation here. I do think it's interesting with this. What is the statement? Where did he say? I'm gonna have to put that out. I gotta tweet that or something. Where is it? Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph McNally, eradicating gangs and organized crime is the Department of Justice's top priority. That got to be pulled out. That the Venezuelan situation, and something else that Charleston White said. I want to pull it here. I want to play this here. Let me see if I can get it.
This was more of a political a political move.
That's him talking about it.
That had something to do with the Olympics. So the Olympics is coming to LA in like a year or two. So you got to think about when the Olympics came to Atlanta in 95, 96. The city and the county get a bunch of federal funding to go clean up the city, to prepare for the Olympics to come. So remember, Atlanta had the Red Dog. The Red Dog had the resources, the power, the authorization to go out and do whatever, to clean up all the crack sellers, the drug dealers out of Atlanta before the Olympics came. This is kind of similar. There's no way that the politicians in these world leaders could let the Olympics come to LA, and Big U in the Rolling 60s got a stronghold on the entertainment industry to kidnap, to strong arm, to intimidate, to extort. So there's no way they were going to let these people come to LA and they still have this free reign to do celebrities like this on me. So no, they just cleaning up before the Olympics come.
I'm not going to say I agree or that's exactly why I do think is reasoning towards causation. I definitely think it's heavily correlated, and I do think that there is more to this than just authorities doing a good job. Let's put it like that. I think it's all heavily political. I think it's heavily political. And I think the timing is connected to the timing of everything else. We are almost at an hour, and I gotta, I'm glad we did what we did tonight. I might edit later. I might, if everything's going up, I might chop this up in bits and pieces, though. I do want to thank you if you made it this far, man. Thank you for listening. My name is J. Al Farron. This is Lowbrow, Highbrow. Take care of yourself. Be safe out there.